I'm seeing all of these former SEC attorneys flipping out, the media, the ruling versus Ripple, and as it applies to XRP, it doesn't make any sense. They're going to appeal this thing. And I want to talk about what that really means for the XRP investor. That's all that matters. I could sit here and tell you what I think about the ruling. Look, I'm not an attorney, and I sure don't know more than Judge Torres about this situation. And I just find it funny because this whole time we've been talking about antiquated rules and how we need to update things to facilitate, crypto assets. And we were shot down every time. And the one time it goes against the SEC, and really the most important case. The rest of these cases are really BS. They were either really light settlements or, library or kin and just stupid stuff like that. The one time they had to stand up against a true project, they lost and lost miserably. But irregardless of all that noise, what does this mean for the XRP investor? I'll have you think back to 2020 when that lawsuit was filed. We all said this is nuts. XRP isn't a security. It's clear as day. It's like the orange groves in the Howey case. But it didn't matter how much we complained, how logical our arguments were. The reality was the price of XRP was significantly damaged, and there was no changing that. By force, they came in like a wrecking ball and destroyed the US market. And no amount of complaining, no amount of arguments was going to change that fact, at least until the end of this court case. This is a game of bear market investing to bull run selling. And if you don't get, those gains you're looking for, it's all over Red Rover. And even though we had fairly good performance considering everything during the 2021 bull run, it wasn't what we were looking for. You can't go back in time and change it. We simply got zapped. But now, it's the exact opposite. No matter how much they complain, they want to claim this ruling makes no sense, that crypto law needs updating. If they do appeal this decision, first, they're going to have to finish all their work in this court case. Likely, they will have to finish the stuff they have to kick off the trial. That's going to take a lot of time. Look how long it took library from the moment we got summary judgment to hit an ending. We know this case is far more complicated, will probably take way longer. Then it's likely going to be a vicious battle in appeals, again, if they decide to go that direction. Gary Gensler probably won't even be the SEC chairman by the time this whole thing is concluded. We're talking about 2 to 3 years minimum. And Ripple is incentivized now not to push this thing forward, but to drag their feet, to play the same game right back at them. And it's possible, in an appeal, Ripple might get even more. They might have some of the restrictions on US ODL, stripped out of there. They might lower their actual ultimate penalty. But much like the XRP investor was kind of screwed for the last bull run, the SEC, well, they're in similar shoes for the next one. They ain't going to be able to stop us in time. And that's not just XRP, but that's the broader crypto market. Had the SEC won and XRP was considered a security, no matter when it was sold, they really would have had a stranglehold around this whole asset class. It ain't going to happen now. They don't have time. And Gary's going to have to take a long look in the mirror here. What is he going to do to get quote-unquote regulatory clarity in this space? A space he likely was just proven not to have authority over. He can barrel ahead with this Coinbase and this Binance court case. He could stack more on top. But if he's suing significant projects or infrastructure like exchanges, I think he's going to run into the same result. Because again, the thing being traded is not a security. Therefore, as we saw, he should have no authority over these marketplaces. I really think he's got one of three options. Just throw his hands up and say, forget this. It's on Congress now, I'm not going to mess with it. I don't think he's going to take that route, but he could. He could lean on Congress for some sort of regulatory clarity, maybe some new authorities to be given his way. That's going to be tougher in the current environment. That's probably the best way for him to proceed. Can he get it done or not? Only time will tell. Again, we just want clear rules. We don't want special rules. That would be a fine way to go forward. Or lastly, he could try to usher in some sort of self-regulated crypto frameworks, do some deals with these exchanges, do the best he can to cobble something together that the big players will go along with. Either way, The ability of the SEC to come in here and disrupt things for this upcoming bull run. Again, I think it's happening late 2024 into 2025, but whenever the next one's coming, they don't have time to stop it, and that's what's good for all crypto investors. I want a regulated crypto space with some sort of registration and reporting. I want to be able to read information about projects and know I can rely on it. But when the SEC is simply cowboying their own laws, just writing it up as they go along, we see it doesn't make a lot of sense. It changes from day to day, and we don't get uniform application of the law. Because again, they're just flying by the seat of their pants. We need to do better. I hope we do better. But either way, the SEC just lost a ton of power, and now they're going to have to deal. And that's really the best way. We want regulators and lawmakers and entrepreneurs working better to building a sensible framework. And I think they have to come to the table now. And if they don't want to, fine, we'll work with the next administration and the next regulator that takes his spot. Either way, his ability to really reign terror on the overall broader crypto space has been stripped away. God bless Judge Torres. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.